This film is produced by the International Skating Union and was recorded in Budapest on the occasion of the European Championships 1984. The 18 international compulsory dances, as listed in Rule 525, are skated by dance couples of varying standards. There are therefore differences in technical ability, style, carriage, unison, and personal expression and interpretation of the character of the music. To further demonstrate special and important parts of the dances, the film is repeated in slow motion with detailed explanations. The film is produced on a video system with commentary both in the English and German languages. The film is intended to be informative and instructive, and to benefit skaters, trainers, judges, and all persons interested in ice dancing. 14-step. This is a prescribed pattern dance and therefore should be skated fairly closely to the diagram in the rule book. The 14-step is skated to brisk, lively music, and this must be reflected in skating the dance, which should not be jerky, but with a soft knee action and good, deep edges. Foxtrot. This dance is a preferred pattern dance, and the judges must appreciate in evaluating their marks any variations to the pattern of the steps, providing it does not alter the edges. The foxtrot is a lively, lilting dance, but it must be skated smoothly with a soft knee action. Most of the steps are short in duration, and the dance requires good flow and strong, deep edges if it's to be danced and not walked. The skaters must take into consideration the character of the foxtrot music to express and interpret the dance. The foxtrot requires a well-controlled knee action, deep edges, and good free leg positions to achieve the desired effect. The final two steps are skated on inside edges. The dance must be skated with very strong, deep edges. When skating in open dance hold, the position of the dancer's shoulders and hips should be close together and must be maintained throughout. All cross steps should be cross rolls. The lady must skate a closed outside mohawk on steps 11 and 12. Rocker Foxtrot. The rocker foxtrot is a prescribed pattern dance. It's a light and lilting dance which depends for effect upon strong, deep curved edges with especially good flow. The maintenance of speed and control must appear effortless or the effect is destroyed. A soft knee action and good free leg extensions are also important. Good unison can greatly enhance the effectiveness of the ladies' rocker, which is the most important part of the dance. Often the lady skates 3 turns followed by a change of edge instead of a rocker. This is a major error. The mohawk is skated in open position and the lady should be beside the man. European Waltz. The European waltz is a preferred pattern dance. Every step is held for 3 beats, 3 steps to a lobe. The 3 turns, skated at the ends of the rink, must be of equal number. The dance should be skated with a lifting knee action and a continuous rise and fall in time to the music. The timing is relatively fast and the rotation must be controlled and continuous in order to execute the steps without obvious straining and pushing. The man's forward cross rolls should be aimed between his partner's feet and not skated around the lady. The body must be held erect, and all excess body movement must be eliminated to ensure a smooth, flowing dance. It is very easy for this dance to become a tug-of-war to retain correct positions, if the 3 turns are turned too early. The 3 turns should be skated with the free foot held close up to the skating foot. American Waltz. The American Waltz is a preferred pattern dance. Every step is held for 6 beats, and in this dance it is extremely important that the phrasing of the music be accurately followed. Skating out of phrase with the music in this dance shows a complete ignorance of musical interpretation. To obtain good matching free legs, the skaters must skate close together. If the free leg passes before the turn, it produces a kicked 3 or even a forced counter turn. Westminster Waltz. The Westminster waltz is a preferred pattern dance. There must be no obvious pushing, and the flow and speed must remain even. The knee action must be soft, but never bouncy. Free legs must be extended gracefully, not pushed or forced. To execute the rocker counter properly on good deep edges, it is important to firstly skate the preceding step 11, left forward outside for the man and right forward inside for the lady, also with deep edges and close together. The correct timing of the progressive movements, steps 1, 2, 3, and 16, 17, 18, is important. There are several changes of position, and unison should be maintained during the changes of dance holds. The lady crossing in front of the man, step 22, the last step of the dance, is often poorly done. Viennese waltz. The Viennese waltz is a preferred pattern dance. Correct expression with attention to the rhythm and character of the dance is of paramount importance. The 3-and-1 rhythm which gives this dance its Viennese character must not suffer. Steps 1, 2, and 16, 17 are 1-beat steps, followed by the 3-beat steps 3 and 18. The various crossed steps should not be done with a lift over of the free foot. Steps 9, 10, and 11, the Choctaw Mohawk sequence, should be exactly in time, nice strong edges, and good unison. Starlight Waltz. The Starlight Waltz is a prescribed pattern dance. It should have a lilting style and should be skated with true Viennese waltz rhythm and character. Strong flowing edges are essential throughout the dance. Steps 1 to 8 are usually skated too straight, with too much emphasis given to the chassés instead of the lilt to the 3-beat edges to move the pattern from the barrier to the midline of the rink. The 3 turns across the end of the rink are similar to those in the European waltz, but much faster, and they should be skated with the character of a Viennese waltz. The lady has 3 relatively short mohawks in the latter part of the dance, and they must not be skated as inside 3 turns. The highlight of the dance is the interesting change of position just before the final steps. During the steps 26 to 30, particular attention should be given to ensure the skaters do not pull apart, but keep close together. Ravensburger Waltz. The dance should be skated with true Viennese waltz rhythm and character and is a prescribed pattern dance. The characteristic steps in this dance are the ladies' twizzles. The first twizzle, step 4, is a 1.5 revolution right forward inside twizzle and must be turned on the count of and after the second beat of the bar. The second twizzle, step 22, is a revolution with the same timing as the twizzle, step 4. The third twizzle, step 30, is a 1.5 revolution right back outside twizzle and must be turned on the count of and after the third beat of the bar. All the 3 twizzles should be turned under the man's left arm and not too far apart, or the lady traveling away from her partner. KILIAN. The Kilian has no prescribed or preferred pattern. The dance has a circular pattern and can be started anywhere around the circle. This dance requires a light, tripping style with close and accurate footwork. Most of the effect is due to precise timing, especially on the two outside edges on steps 3 and 4, the only two beat edges in the dance. The cross behind left forward inside open Choctaw should be a deep edge followed immediately with a strong shoulder check at the start of step 10 in order to counteract the turning movement. Yankee Polka. The Yankee Polka is a preferred pattern dance. Steps 5A and 5B are often not skated deep enough to enable the partners to change sides, the man passing in front after the cusp of the turn. The change of edge, step 23, is often made too early and should be on the 2.5 beat. The left forward inside closed Choctaw and crossed behind right back outside edge immediately following must be skated with body lean and deep edges to give the movement the correct character of the polka rhythm. It should be noted that although the polka is a rather bouncy dance, the basic principles of stroking and of effortless flow should be adhered to, especially considering the many short, precise steps which make up the dance. Also, it is mandatory that the partners remain close together to minimize the whipping action so prevalent when stroking quickly and rapidly around each other. Quickstep. The quickstep is a set pattern dance. This is a fast and lively dance. To ensure a really good performance, it is essential that the partners remain hip to hip. That is, the right hip of the man held against the left hip of the lady. The correct impression depends upon accurate timing, correct footwork, and body movement. Steps 5 and 6 are often skated as an inside mohawk rather than as a closed swing choctaw, and the timing on step 6 for the change of edge is frequently incorrect. Steps 7 and 10 must be skated as a correct cross behind. Insufficient serpentine movement on the back edges is a common fault. During the cross behind, left forward inside change of edge, the right foot is prized in front. PASO DOBLE. The PASO DOBLE is a preferred pattern dance. The steps must be skated boldly, crisply, and clearly. Steps 8 and 9 are skated on the flat with both blades of both skaters on the ice. There should be a definite free leg extension, small as it may be, on nearly every step. Carriage and style are often poor and the partners tend to skate too far apart and to lean forward. The chassé, run, and cross rolls should be deep edges, skated with speed and coverage of the ice. RHUMBA. The rumba is a preferred pattern dance. The rumba is undoubtedly one of the most difficult dances. Throughout this performance, we can see close footwork and skating which really expresses the character of the dance. When skating the free leg swing, the free legs should be attractively poised. The wide steps 8 and 11 and the wide Choctaws are frequently not stepped wide enough, double-tracked, and often jumped. The rumba should be a smoothly skated dance with a constant flow throughout. The general character is often absent and replaced by excessively jerky or bouncy movements. Tango. The tango is a preferred pattern dance. The dance consists mainly of quick, crossed chassé steps which are interspersed between large, deep edges, and a promenade in open position. The partners should skate close together, with good, straight, free legs and neat footwork. A good, erect carriage, close positions, brisk expression, and tango character should be maintained during the entire dance, without obvious effort and pushing. During steps 1 through to 13, immediately after the chassés, the partners take a closed waltz position during the 4-beat long rolls. For the chassés, the skaters take up an outside tango position. The third lobe begins for the man with a flat, crossed, in front, right, forward, inside rocker. The lady skates at the same time a 2-beat, crossed, behind, left, back, outside edge. The promenade is skated in open position. The mohawk at the end of the dance is for both partners a closed swing mohawk, each edge comprising 4 beats. Argentine Tango. The Argentine tango is a prescribed pattern dance. The dance should be skated with deep edges, flow, and speed over the ice, without obvious effort or pushing. Free leg positions with straight knee, toes pointed to the ice, are necessary to create a good line for the whole body during the 3 and 4 beat edges. On step 31, after the change of edge, the lady momentarily steps down right forward inside, which turns her forward to recommence the dance. The dance begins in open position. It is held until the man's counter, step 10, and then changes to closed position up to step 16. The swing Choctaw for the man and the lady's twizzle, which must be on one foot, are executed immediately after the 4th beat and completed just before the next accentuated beat 1. The cross rolls at the end should be skated with deep curves, lightly and flowing, in the form of a pronounced serpentine movement. Tango Romantica. The Tango Romantica is a preferred pattern dance. On step 2, both feet are on the ice, but often the knee is not bent enough and the legs are not placed wide enough apart. Step 5 consists of a swing twizzle for the man and a swing 3-turn for the lady, which connects with an open Choctaw. During the swing movement, the man places his right hand on the lady's left hip on the first beat of the measure, and the lady places her left hand on that of her partner, while the free hands are clasped overhead. Steps 16 to 27 are a progressive sequence of steps skated very softly with a slightly bent knee. On step 30, often the man, while skating left back outside, extends the right leg, but too slowly. It should be extended quickly so that the wide right back inside matches the lady's left forward outside. Step 36, a left forward outside rocker for the lady is usually too flat, and after the turn, while skating left back outside, the free leg is often extended forward too late, which spoils what should be a very attractive movement. Skaters must interpret the character of the dance not only using deep edges, but with expressive body movements. Blues. The blues is a preferred pattern dance. Step 5 is a strong 4-beat right back outside edge. In step 6, the partners turn to a left forward outside edge hold for 2 beats. This edge commences on the 3rd beat. In the closed Choctaw step 12 and the right back outside step 13, both edges should be of equal curvature. The interpretation of the dance should be in keeping with its slow tempo, a slinky, sexy blues. The skating quality depends upon controlled edges, good body position, and expression. A rise and fall of the knee moving in rhythm with the music, and good free leg extensions are very important.